Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Having a quick look at the SPX. Let's see, we had a nice meltdown yesterday after we hit this zone. If you remember from the last video, this is something we call a buy before a sell. So usually that becomes an area of interest for the market makers. And as we hit that zone, we started rejecting it yesterday. Big decision today, FOMC meeting. Kevin Walsh, the new Fed chairman of the Fed, will be speaking today, and we're going to find out what his future plan. He's going to indicate what his future plan is for the market, the economy, and what he has lined up, and that way the market will decide what to do. We're still in bull territories, all-time highs. We also, if we look at it on a our time frame over here, we still have a gap that really hasn't been fully closed, and we also have another gap above here. We still haven't closed it. So while we're here, nothing can stop us from maybe closing the gaps, then having a rejection, or maybe a continuation. So we don't know what's going to happen. Today is the decision. The market will make that decision, and obviously the Bank of Japan did have a rate hike for the first time in many years. Now they are on 1% interest rate, which could indicate the yen unwind could start happening from next week. So let's just wait and see. At the moment, if we do end up breaking down today to gap fill, maybe a rejection back to this side and still hold, and this was the prior break above and fell, and we gapped above. If we do fail again, then that's another indication that we are now going through an ABC maybe correction, that being A, B, C, and usually the third leg could also be as steep. So if that's the case, we could come in from somewhere back to this zone over here where we've had multiple hours of transactions. So this will be where the market makers will be interested to probably pull the market back into. So we will not go ahead of the time and ahead of ourselves. We'll have to anticipate and wait and see what happens. And obviously anything here, this is now the current structure. If that gets broken, then obviously that will be an indication. But for me at the moment is, if we have created a lower high compared to this, then I need the market to come in and show me another lower high to this, because I was expecting something like that. But obviously the peace talk, and every single time this peace deal with Iran, the endless peace deal, never gives the market a clear direction. So now the next move I'll be looking for will be this, back to here to respect that, and then maybe go short at these levels at the moment. Maybe I had a few positions in and out, and it's a scalper's market at this moment. No clear direction. Anything can happen in any moment. So according to that, just, knowing Fed is today and the peace talk is Friday, and also the market will be closed on Friday also. If that happens, what's the market going to do? Are we going to jump and pump another 3%? Well, this was the end of war, open of Strait of Hormuz, the reopening and the de-escalation, and also the removal of the blockage, or the U.S. Navy blockage. The market did that. So what was going to happen on the signing of the deal? Are we going to gap close and maybe go and do another gap? We'll never know. And if the deal breaks down, are we going to give this back and more? We never know this. We just want to be very vigilant. This market now, market structure, technical analysis, and many things are going wrong. And the reality is, it's all to do with because the market is very news headline sensitive. So be very, very vigilant at this moment. So anyway, come back to this chart. Just looking at it on a weekly time frame, as you can see, we had almost a doji week last week, which is an indecision, and then we gapped up. So usually, is that a sign of continuation, or is that a sign of exhaustion and the market is getting ready for a breakdown? Nothing has been confirmed. Maybe by end of the week we will know exactly where we are. If we do end up coming back in and close under this area for me, as you can see on the weekly time frame, this is a good area. If we do close under this area by end of this week, just look at that on the daily time frame, see if it makes sense. Okay, if we do come back in and we end up closing under this area, then next week obviously we will have a nice overhead right here, which was previous resistant, and the market did respect that on higher time frames. On the 4 hour, if you look at it, we did respect it multiple times. Then maybe next week we'll be looking for something. As of now, we're just gonna have to watch the market, because this market could do anything. With Kevin Walsh speaking, it could do this, or maybe it can just fill the gaps and come back in, or maybe as New York starts today, this market will start just rolling down and down and down and down. These are things that we just have to pay attention to. We don't want to have a dog in a fight, as we have no information or whatsoever. First meeting, he's a hawk, but he has been employed by Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has made it clear that he wants to cut rates, and he kept on digging at Jermaine Powell for calling him Mr. Slow because he wasn't cutting rates fast enough. Anyways, as usual, please like and subscribe. And this is not financial advice. It was for educational purposes, just to give you a clear indication of what I'm looking at and what you could be also watching to see what's next. Have a great day.